Folks, as you know, Warriors got a massive win last night, beating OKC 127-116. Yes, Chet Holmgren got hurt in the first quarter. He's out a long time. He fractured his hip. We wish him all the best. But even without him, the Warriors looked solid on this road trip. We beat Houston after giving up a 30-point lead. We destroyed the Wizards. We beat the Celtics, lost to the Cavs, and then end beating OKC 4-1 on the road trip. So impressive. And there's something that happened in this final game that Steve Kerr talked about that we need to share with you today. We may have found our starting lineup. No more in and outs. Kerr said, hey, this is the starting five, and shared why. Who is it? We're going to break it down on this episode of Warriors Digest. Randy Silver here. We're going to give you some box scores around the OKC game. Steph Curry balled out again. The shimmy god in OKC, putting the team on his back. So, folks, please subscribe. Guess what? Tomorrow, Klay Thompson returns to Golden State for the first time. We're going to have an episode tomorrow breaking down his return and the storylines around that. Quotes from both teams. You don't want to miss it. Please subscribe. And, of course, if we're around, we may have the ability to do a live stream as well. But you don't want to miss anything on Warriors Digest, and you don't want to miss us breaking down right now. And you don't want to miss us breaking down right now what happened in the game. So first, we just have to go over the box score. We're talking about the starting lineup. Green, Jackson, let me zoom this in a little too much. Green, Jackson, Wiggins, Curry, and Melton. Melton coming back from injury at the shooting guard position. 19 points, 5 of 8 from 3. Curry, your point guard, 7 of 13 from 3. 12 of 21 from 3 between those two players. Impressive. Green putting in 2 threes. Wiggins with 2 threes. Kuminga is basically now your number 6 on the bench. Your first guy off the bench. Your 6th man of the year player. 2 of 4 from 3. Hield, not his best threes. 2 of 5. Overall, Warriors 21 threes. How many threes did OKC make? 11. We made 10 more threes. That's an extra 30 points. That is hard to beat. Hard to beat when you score an extra 30 points from threes. But as I said, the starting lineup, Green, Jackson, Wiggins, Curry, and Melton, everybody was in the plus besides Trayce Jackson-Davis. He only played 5 minutes. You may be asking why. Well, when Holmgren went out, they went small. There's no need for a center. So he didn't get a lot of playing time. And that's why Looney didn't play as well, just because it didn't fit the scheme. And the small ball worked. Strength in numbers. Look at that. Everyone who played the game besides Jackson-Davis played at least 10 minutes. Kuminga off the bench, excelling in the role. Yes, he wants to start, but if you can get the playing time and you're doing well, you'll still get paid somewhere, but the Warriors are not. So this starting lineup, though, why is Kerr going to go with this moving forward? Let him tell you.
Matchups based, or did you just really kind of want to see him?
I like this lineup with Melt. I anticipate doing it again Tuesday. I think it gives us a really good two-way lineup. You saw what he can do at both ends. Starts the game out with a beautiful assist. He's a really good passer, excellent three-point shooter, but a really good on-ball defender as well. So, Melton, the starting lineup is something we've talked about a lot, in camp and here in the early going, and I really liked it, and I think it makes a lot of sense for us.
So it sounds to me like you obviously can adjust, but you would like this to
I would like for that starting group that was out there tonight, I would like for that group to be our group going forward. I think JK has shown how important he is to us off the bench. 20 points tonight, some huge plays. He seems to really fit into that role well. And we're looking for really good defense to start the game, and that lineup gives us 2 on-ball defenders with Wiggs and Melt, and then 2 bigs with Draymond and Trayce. So I think we'll stay with it, and we'll see how it goes.
So there you go. He likes the starting lineup because you have 2 big men, Green and Jackson, who are athletic and get up and down the floor. Wiggins and Melton are going to guard, point guards, shooting guards, 2 on-ball defenders who can also score, create. And you got Steph Curry, who 13 of 23, 37 minutes, 36 points with 7 assists, 5 rebounds, dominated the game. Folks, look at this. I mean, if you look at the top, Warriors We're down 7 going into the second quarter, and then a plus 14 second quarter, up 7, plus 21 third quarter, plus 21 third quarter, and then fourth quarter, it got dicey. It got dicey just like the Houston game, but we kept it above 2-3 possessions, and we were able to close out the game. I'll give credit to OKC, their starters. Again, Williams with 20, Shea with 24, a couple players off the bench with double digits, but they weren't able to do enough. My favorite stat for this, of course, folks, is what's the turnovers that we had? 15, gave up 19 points. They had 11 turnovers, gave up 15. So 15 below seems to be our margin. Free throw percentage, terrible. We're still one of the worst free throw percentage teams in the NBA, but yet we're one of the best three-point percentage teams in the NBA. 50% basically from three this game. That's hard to beat. It's extremely hard to beat when you get that much. You look at points in the paint, 44 to 50. Fast break points, 8 to 15. So, as Steve Kerr said, you got strength in numbers and you got versatility. What does Draymond love about this lineup?
When you're talking about depth, you're talking about how deep you can go, and obviously, just the short amount of guys you can play. But the main reason depth is important because if you remember last year, Steph and Steve talking about the lineups and just kind of running out of options of lineups that we can go to. And this year is the total opposite. If we need to go small, we can go small. We need to put a shooting lineup out there. We can put a shooting lineup. We need to put a defensive lineup. We can put a defensive lineup. We need to put a big lineup. We can put a big lineup. And so definitely makes a difference a night like tonight where, they play 5 guards all night pretty much. It's good we're able to have that adaptability.
Strength in numbers, folks. In this new CBA, you need to have the ability to score, play defense, be able to have transition, everything from the whole team. You can't expect 3 superstars, 2 superstars to carry anymore. You need to have strength in numbers. And the Warriors have the depth to have a lineup, as Draymond says, against any team. We're still going to lose some games against proper big men like we saw against Cleveland. Maybe that's a trade we got to make. But overall, folks, I like this team. But at the end of the day, this is NBA basketball, and you need one superstar to win. And we got the baddest man on the planet, the best shooter of all time. His name is Stephen flippin' Curry. And he's not just a shooter. He's a screener. He's a defender. He's a passer.
Steph in particular was able to finally strip away, finish today.
Yeah. Steph was incredible. Great rhythm. The impact that he made with his passing, with even when he wasn't making shots, he was pulling defenders with him, and that opened up the whole offense. And those second and third quarters were really beautiful to watch. And obviously, we had to go back to him pretty early. Looked like it was going to be a night where we could keep him under 30 minutes again. And then obviously OKC made that big run to start the fourth, and Steph did a great job of coming back in and closing it when it got a little dicey.
And when did Steph close it when it got dicey? The Olympics, France? Yes, sir. Steve Kerr saw that firsthand. So the semis, you beat the Rockets in overtime after giving up a big lead. You single-handedly destroy the Wizards. You beat the Celtics on national television in a make game, and you do it pretty well. It was a topsy-turvy game. Warriors win. Cavs blown out. It happens. Not a good matchup for us. Kenny Atkinson, their head coach, give him credit, former assistant coach. And then you get OKC, final game on the road, and you get the W. So Warriors fans, a lot to like. A lot to like with the Warriors at 8-2, first in the Pacific Division. Now you get the Klay Thompson return game, the emotions with that. We're having a full video breaking that down. It's coming out tomorrow, or if you're watching it on Tuesday, now. Please don't miss it. Please subscribe. Warriors Digest, we're here for you, fans. Comment your thoughts. I know you're stoked. In the starting lineup, tell me what you think.